the open dome. I meant to say that shit too. They built a new stadium. They built an open. Mad new and shit. Nah, I should have did that shit. Yeah. Alright, I put the stream. I'll put the stream up though. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Buffalo Bills. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. 26-yard line.
Mike's 50. Tackles.
Alert!
Go. Hey, watch it. Jack!
On first down, Allen. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
5 wide.
Hey, seam 6.
It's a party now. 49 to Mike. Here I come.
Hey, hold.
Allen to throw again. And finding the tight end Hooper. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Motion.
Pass.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, orbit.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Here we go.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hey, Brown 80. 54. Mike, 54. I'm coming after you. Check out.
Red.
Keep it skinny.
Here's Rivers. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, I'm coming. He's mine.
Pass 85.
Hey, 5-7.
Bring it. Go.
Here's Allen to throw it. Throw left side, complete to Foster. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watch the run.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's complete. Hooper. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Lewis here on 1st down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. That is caught at the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Check 6 guys. Check. Switch.
They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dion Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now 1st quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it second down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, open man is Kendrick Bourne. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch the pass. Jim. Kill. You go tight. You got tight.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, exit.
Middle.
Quick.
Now Allen again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Down 80.
Watch one. Sponge. No.
Regular. Check out. Sub.
Motion.
Bravo.
Guys, Mike, 49.
Watch the slant.
Allen now on first down. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Alert.
57's Mike 57.
You gonna see me in your
Hey,
nightmare.
foxtrot.
See me in your nightmare.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Pass. Go.
Throwing on second and long. Allen finding Bourne here over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Allen going to throw. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Slam, slam.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Third down and 2.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
Mike, 49. I got one.
Middle. Check 13.
49. 49's the Mike. 49's the Mike.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to look to throw with Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That's us. 52.
Hey, Haywood.
Middle.
Watch the safety creep.
Gun. Here we go.
And here's Allen on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Regular.
49 to Mike. He can't hang.
Spud.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hey, tight. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
To throw again, Allen. And that is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Gordon on 1st down. And an alley to run. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at the 3. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. You. Kill.
Alert.
Kill.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch out. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? 49.
Regular.
Throwing again. Allen. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Let's make these babies crawl. Alert! Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 40-yard line.
Ready! Room!
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On third down, Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side.
Right, you really trading big over there?
8 yards on the first down completion.
It's right there, man.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Damn, why can't I get him? I do want him for real.
Here's Allen.
Man, I'm saying, you ain't say big with him block until now.
Downfield, as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
I was saying that shit, but I'm going to see if I got something down.
Need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down, 3 down. Check 37, check 37. 49, guys. Mike, 49. I got middle. 49 to Mike. I'm on 52. 3, check 3.
Smith.
Middle. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Open man. Here's Foster. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, wahoo!
Allen going to go on 4th down. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
They baited him. Like
this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out,
everybody do the
what
same
is he
thing.
doing with the football?
Look open
because you can
and
make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He ain't going to have enough time to get the ball.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Cut! 380! Yes, Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the groove. Wide. Get wide.
Throwing Rivers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter from Oakland. And it's the Saints that have moved out ahead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
You just realize, like, certain
and
niggas
this
got
will be
way
a
better teams.
touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Bro, for real.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break.
You can't
watching the
NFL
on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Alert! Hey, Charlie!
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the gun, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Walk through that line.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
He's moving.
He's moving, boys. He's moving.
No, that shit would have got picked.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
Toward the wheel route.
Allen will look to throw for
That shit
on
would have got
4th.
picked. That shit would have got picked.
Leaping catch, he's got it. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
You will catch that all game. That shit open.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
You got to get rookie of the year, man.
Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
I might just get a whole bunch of running plays up.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Yo, that's what I be hitting. I be having this thing of money. I always score first.
On 1st down,
Allen. Money just starts stopping.
And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I tried to slide with this nigga.
1st and 10. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen.
That shit,
he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
That's how we do it, baby.
Now Allen to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Allen to throw it.
And
they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Back to you. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Monday.
Allen going to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to
that's
defend?
what I be hating. And them niggas get back so fast.
Especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short,
but he know
shallow,
what he going for, so he not
using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey, orbit.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He'll take a shot for the... And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. There's second and 7 now from the 28. This is Gordon as they go to him again.
Oh, Lord.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ain't no money in it, so it's like...
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter.
You're going to go for it. Guaranteed you're going to take it. I want niggas to run that shit against me because I'll run the fake with the curl on it.
Here comes Humphries on the return. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And here's Allen operating from the game.
That no huddle.
Throw left side complete to Foster. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
No, that was because you probably was right there at the goal line or something.
Hey, exit.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. Hey, defense.
To throw, it's Allen.
It all goes off how far
now
down
right to Bourne. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Defense wins championship. Regular.
On 3rd and 2, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. Intended for Robert Foster. Results in a 4th down.
Ain't nothing you can do.
The offense staying out there.
Shit, what's
They're
wrong with
at
that?
50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down?
Hey, tight.
Bravo. 49's the mic. Watch 49. In your face. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
On 4th down, Allen. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Block 11.
Come on.
On 1st down,
You're going to be busy. Your O-line already
he's got a
terrible.
1st down and more inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
Well, there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
You can tell niggas don't be giving no fucks about each other.
Yo,
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
yeah, man. I figured out how to beat that cheesy ass defense though.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. An incredible
I ain't tripping though. Because that run, I have to play on the backside guy. I was worried about him throwing over top to what's his name though. To not even Lockett, Allen. Man, that one the one I fucking blew before halftime, I clicked, they gave me the wrong guy.